Hi, I'm Chef Raphael and welcome to Cooking with Chef Raphael, a show that's all about making you a better home cook. Today I'm going to show you how to make a marination. This is a simple marination recipe that I have for either beef, chicken, pork, basically any meat that you have generally. And I also show you a bonus one for how to make a dry rub, basically a spice mix that you can use when you're making chicken or even beef or lamb, so that you can just use it plain without the oils. Let's get started. So I'll start with the dry one. The dry one is the one that we actually use spices, the dried spices. For the ingredients, I have ginger powder, black pepper, some salt, paprika. You can throw in fresh herbs or even dry herbs for this one. Right now I have dried thyme. I also have some chili flakes. Like now I'm adding the ginger powder. And then a little bit of paprika, and it can be equal amounts. So let's say if it's 1 teaspoon of each powder that you have, a teaspoon of black pepper. You can reduce the amount of black pepper if you don't like it to be too much. For the salt, I can say you can put half of the amount. If you're using dried thyme, which I think is better than the fresh one for this one, just remove the way I've just done, just remove the sprigs like that. So I've previously even done a video on how to do spiced chicken, and basically I did the same procedure whereby it's a spice mix like that. So that's the dry mix, which when it comes to marination, that's the other thing I wanted to mention, is that when it comes to marination, there's two things that you want to achieve. You want to improve the flavor, and you want to tenderize the meat. Now when you're doing the dry rub, you literally just want it for the flavor, and this is good for fish, for chicken, even some cuts of beef that are usually tender. So that's that. Now let's get to the one that we are doing, the wet marination. Powdered garlic mixed with salt. You can add it for our dry one, or you can use it and then you skip the salt, or you just use it in, like in this one, to enhance the flavor, because I also have fresh garlic. But the other thing that you need now for tenderizing the meat is from, let's say, the acid. In this case, I'm using a lemon. So the lemon also here acts as a flavoring, because of the lemon flavor plus the acidity will now tenderize the meat. Now to this, I will add the black pepper. That's the seasoning. About half a teaspoon. Now soy sauce will give you two things. Soy sauce will give you the dark color, especially if you're grilling the meat. It will enhance the dark color of the meat or the marination, and it also give you the salt. But the thing is, when you're using soy sauce, you do not use salt, because soy sauce has plenty of salt. So we'll put the salt aside. 20 to 30 ml of the soy sauce, and then what I'll add that I have here is the herbs. You can use rosemary, you can use, like now I'm using thyme. It has the flavor. But of course, also use your judgment to see how much is enough, because too much of something is also not good. This is about 3 sprigs of dried thyme. I have 3 types of oil here with me. I have a vegetable oil, I have sunflower oil, and have olive oil. Let's start with the ones that I would think it's not so necessary to use. Now the olive oil for this particular purpose will not give you the best results. First of all, let's start with the fact that olive oil is expensive. If you throw into this marinade, it's gonna make an expensive marination, and this is a cold pressed olive oil, which is best for using in a salad. What I want is a flavorless oil, and also the olive oil flavor is not the flavor that I want to be in my marinade. So I'm using a flavorless oil. So you have either sunflower oil or vegetable oil. Now, if you're going to make a marinade that you'll use later, because this is something you can make a lot of and then put it in the fridge. If you're going to put it in the fridge when you're using vegetable oil, the vegetable oil tends to solidify when it's in the fridge. So what you'll have is marination that has lumps of solidified oil, which is not what we want. And that's why I would recommend we use, especially if you're going to put it in the fridge, sunflower oil. Now we are going to add about 300 ml. This is what now I will blend. It looks nice. It actually looks fully blended. There's no garlic, and now I can smell the soy sauce flavor, even the lemon. Now that is a marinade that you can use over and over again. So this is something that you actually place in your fridge when you don't use it. When you're cooking, you can use it to baste your meat. Just put it in a small bowl, have a small brush, and then apply it on your meat. So that's my guide on how to make a marinade. This is a marinade, like I said, you can use for most meats, and also the dry wrap. And I hope you've learned something. I've been your host, Chef Raphael. See you next time on Cooking with Chef Raphael.